Welcome to Sam 610. So in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about my weight loss journey. I did try the keto diet. I've been off and on for about two and a half years on the keto diet. And what I want to do in this video is I want to show you guys my journey in the last 2.5 years. So let's take a look at the pictures. Okay guys, well you saw the pictures of my before and after in the last 2.5 years, and what I want to do in this video is I want to share with you guys my first time around. I would say about a year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe about 2 years ago, when I first started to try the keto diet. Of course I went through the journey of the keto flu, which is feeling nauseous, vomiting. I had really bad headaches. Basically, it took me about a full week to get in ketosis. I was just drinking water. I was eating basically anything that had no sugar, no carbohydrates, and let me tell you guys, it was really hard. I did do it hardcore my first time around about 2 years ago or so, and I lost about 31 pounds. I was in the 160s. I'm down to like the 130s right now. So basically, I think I did do it for about 5 months hardcore straight through, and then after that I would be like a month off, a month on, and so forth. I just kind of went back and forth with it a little bit. But when I first did it, it took me about 5 months, and again it took me about a week or so to actually get into ketosis. And in that 5 month period, I lost about 1.5 pounds a week. So if it's 4 weeks, that's six. 6 times 5 months is about 30 pounds, which is about right. So I was in the 160s. I was pushing almost towards 170. I was like 165, 166-ish, something like that. Don't quote me. Now I'm about 135, 133, and I decided right now, after making this video, today is Thursday. You may not see this video on Friday. You may see it Saturday, or I might work on it and edit it today on Thursday. Of course, the Eagles are playing tonight. Go Birds. I'm a diehard Eagles fan. I am about 45 to 50 minutes outside Philadelphia. I reside in the Reading, PA area. So go Birds. Well, anyway, back to my point. This week I decided to go back on keto diet. After eating what I want for the past few months, and I want to get back into that process. So the point of this video really is to tell you guys that I was able to get in ketosis within 2 days. Now, I did start this process on Monday, and I want to share with you guys Monday and Tuesday how I got into the ketosis within 2 days. Wednesday I went ahead and tested. I tested positive, and I will show you that picture. I did use a urine strip, so let's take a look at the picture. Okay, so the first thing I did do on Monday, I started my morning with 2 eggs with cheese for breakfast, and I drank water. I cut coffee out completely. I did not do coffee, so I did water for the entire day. And for lunch, what I did is I had 3 strips of cheese, lunch meat cheese, and I had 3 strips of turkey for lunch. And that was probably like around noon on Monday. So let's go back. Breakfast, I had 2 eggs with cheese, and then I drank water. And then for lunch, I had 3 strips of cheese and 3 strips of turkey lunch meat. I did not do any snacking at all whatsoever throughout the entire day. And for dinner, I had 2 cans of tuna fish with mayo and a little bit of sprinkled cheese on it, and that's all I had for the rest of the night. Did not snack, did not do anything, and I felt a little bit sluggish. I did feel a little yucky. I'm not gonna lie, I did get really bad headaches, probably through the withdrawal of the no coffee, which does bother me. So we'll go to the next day on Tuesday, which is another full day. So I did the same thing on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I did have, for breakfast, I had 2 eggs with a slice of cheese on top, so that was good. For lunch, I had the same thing. I had 3 strips of turkey lunch meat along with 3 strips of cheese as well for lunch meat. No snacking throughout the whole day. Again, through the whole day, I drank water the entire day. For dinner, however, I did have a large chicken breast, fried chicken. But what I did was I pulled the skin off and I gave a majority of the skin to my son. I did eat a couple of pieces. Really no big deal. I thought it was going to affect me when I tested on Wednesday. I usually try and test every Wednesday, every Thursday to see if I'm in ketosis. And so I went through the full day Tuesday. And on Wednesday, I had the same thing for breakfast. I had 2 eggs, a strip of cheese. For lunch, the same thing. 3 strips of cheese, 3 strips of turkey lunch meat. Felt fine. I did wake up Tuesday and Wednesday kind of feeling sluggish, tired. You know, you get that drawn feeling like you need to be drawn in by the caffeine and you need to be drawn in by the sugar and the carbohydrates just to get your mind going and feeling focused. So Wednesday night, I went ahead and tested myself, and I tested positive for ketosis, which you probably saw that picture earlier in the video. I was kind of like almost a deep purple, which was okay for me. I think it was about 40. I don't think I'm quite at 80 yet. I might not reach 80. When I did it a long time ago, when I first did it my first time around, I was a deep purple. It was probably about 80. So, you know, you can use the strip on the back. You can use the color grid on the back with your strip, and you can see where you are with the color. So today is Thursday, the making of this video. I had trouble sleeping on Thursday. I woke up around 3, 4 in the morning, went to the bathroom, had trouble going back to bed. I usually get up around 6 in the morning. And let me tell you, I had so much energy this morning. It was unbelievable. However, what I did do is this morning, Thursday, I had 2 eggs and a strip of cheese, again, like I always do. And that's usually my go-to breakfast. Even if I'm not using the keto diet. However, sometimes I'll use I'll do a bagel or something like that, a toasted bagel with a little bit of cream cheese on it or something like that. I might do something like that. I might do eggs and toast, or I might do like an egg sandwich if I'm not doing the keto diet, which really doesn't affect me that much. But for me, the sluggish feeling and not feeling so good in the morning when you're doing the sugars, the carbohydrates. I'm a beer drinker. I like beer. I do have liquor occasionally. I do like drinking some liquor. But you wake up and you feel like a truck hit you, basically, and you don't have that refreshed feeling. And the energy level, depending how much sugar intake you have and what converts over to carbohydrates, that's usually what happens when you consume the sugar. The sugar consumes into carbohydrates, and that's what gives you your energy. But when you're on keto, what happens is, if you're not consuming enough sugar, what it does is it converts anything that you eat. The whole point of the diet is eating fatty foods. Not too bad. I usually don't eat that much fatty foods, but what that does is that converts any of the fatty foods that you eat or any of the carbohydrates you may consume. It converts that into the energy, and that's what keeps you going. But I did have today, Thursday. I did have some coffee today. But what I do is from what I understand, coffee has no carbohydrates in it. It has no sugar unless you put sugar in it. But what I do is I do the Nestea vanilla flavored, French vanilla flavored, 0 sugar, 0 fat, 0 calories, 0 everything creamer, and I use that. And that's what I use. And I usually use that basically all the time, unless I feel like I want to have like a hazelnut creamer or something like that. And I think 3 of those is probably like 5 grams or something like that, so you're looking at 15. So if you're on the keto and you're trying to do less than 20, you only got about 5 grams left if you use all 5 of those. If you use 3, so you have 5, 10, 15. You have another 5 grams to go. But what I've been doing for snacks at work, sometimes I use a Diet Coke. I'll do 0 sugar, 0 calories Coke, and that really works for me. And I'll do 2 ounces of planter peanuts, and then maybe tonight I might have like a handful of regular salted peanuts, which seem to work for me. It doesn't really affect me too much. I'm curious if since I'm experimenting a little here and there, I might have a trace, or I might not have the color of 40 color, or an 80, which is your ultimate goal. This time around, I'm not exercising yet. So again, it's been almost 4 full days if you include Thursday today, being on a diet. I was like 138, 139-ish. I did get on the scale today and tested, and I saw it was about 136, 135. While I was on the keto diet back in November, December-ish, I was pushing like 133, April and May, 134. So I'm kind of staggering a little bit, and I know it is water weight. But I wanted to share with you guys my experience on how I got into ketosis within 2 days, and that's what worked for me. Again, breakfast, 2 eggs, slice of cheese, lunch, 3 strips of turkey lunch meat, 3 strips of cheese, drinking water, staying consistent on that diet without snacking at all. I know it's really hard, guys. That's probably one of the hardest thing to do. I like to snack. If you can see in my before pictures, which I showed earlier in the video, you can see my difference where I was in the past 2 years, and you can see I did have a little bit of a belly gut, like called a pot belly pig gut, and I hate that. And when I go to the beach, I'm kind of embarrassed to take my shirt off. I know it is what it is, but to me, self-confidence, that for me that did bother me. So I did trim down a lot, and I'm really proud of that. And it wasn't an easy thing to do, and hopefully this video can help you guys get into ketosis fast. This is what works for me, and it may not work for you. If you're doing it the second time around, maybe this will help you. I know my first time when I did it a couple years ago, it did take me almost a full week. I really wasn't testing regularly, and I really wasn't sure what foods to eat, and I started doing a lot of research. I looked at things up on Google, what to eat. If you want to snack, you could snack on pickles. Pickles, no sugar, no carbohydrates. Dill pickles, I love dill pickles. What I'll do is I'll go to a dollar store and I'll get a bacon beef jerky that's got no carbohydrates in it. It does have calories if you're looking to cut on calories, but really it's not that much. You might get like a handful of of beef jerky, bacon beef jerky. It's delicious. That's my go-to snack because it's got 0 carbohydrates. You can eat plenty of bacon, as much bacon as you want. So there are some of the things you can do. If anybody's interested in some of the other things I may have ate, some of the other things I may have made for myself to help me through my first time around in that process, just drop a comment. We're willing to reply to you guys and let you guys know some of the things that I've made for myself. I know sometimes it gets boring. People are like, well, you eat beef, you eat chicken, you eat the same thing, you eat fish. How do you do that? Well, that's just what you do. If you really want to be dedicated to it and this is a diet for you, there's plenty of recipes out there online that you guys can follow that'll really help you through that journey. So hopefully this will help you guys get into ketosis. If you're looking to get into it within 2 days, this should help. If you found this video useful, if you found it valuable, please like and subscribe. Later.